when things get really stressful, one of the things that helps me, center myself is fixing things. I got this. In the words of Macklemore, they had a broken keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard. This is a Corsair K100. It is a $200 keyboard. I got it for $30. And the problem
but it's broken.
Well, broken, big air quotes. See, when you put things on eBay and you put things under for parts or not working, immediately people bid much less. If you mark if you mark it as used, open box, people bid more. But if you put it as for parts are not working, people go, "Oh, that's garbage." You know what's broken about this? Because
most people are like me and are like, "I'm not going to fix that thing."
You know what's broken? That's it. Left shift key.
Oh.
But since this is a mechanical keyboard and the switches are mechanical, I can replace them. And I'm going to do just that. In fact, I'm not just going to replace the one. I'm going to replace them all with custom ones. And I'm going to take it apart and do that on stream. And we're going to hang out and we're going to listen to some lo-fi and chill. And that's my therapy right there. Working on.
I've been doing stuff. Like art projects.
What?
I've been doing like art projects.
Yeah. Yeah. I get the vibe. Same deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels like something's being accomplished. I like the idea of, and even better, the switches on there being mechanical. They're not the kind I like. Their cherry has different kinds of blue, silver, all that. I can just take those switches off and replace them with the ones I got. And then those, selling them used, they're worth about $30. So, I don't feel bad about, free keyboard. I just have to put a little work into it.
When you say switches, do you mean keys?
No.
Or are there keyboards with switches, and why?
Well, that's how keyboards originally worked. They have these little, I'll show you one. Maybe we can see it a little bit on the screen. This is a keyboard switch, this little itty bitty tiny thing here. That's a keyboard switch. And you push it down, click, click, click. A key fits on top of this. And this bottom part.
Okay.
And it makes the contact.
I'm picturing like a bunch of light switches. And I'm like, that sounds really inefficient and horrible. Why would anyone build that?
This is a keyboard switch. And there used to be like the very first ones for computers from IBM, from a company called Cherry. And the reason they called them blue is the stems on them didn't like the color. They had blue stems on them, and they were the clicky kind, and they were loud as fuck. If you push them, everybody knew you pushed the keyboard key. And the people had felt a little bit of nostalgia for them. We moved to something called membrane.
I'm a loudest typer even on my Mac chiclet keyboard. I'm just a loud typer.
That's a membrane keyboard. And they're okay, but when a membrane keyboard breaks, it's done. Because it's not made to be fixed.
Anything made by Apple.
Yeah.
If restarting doesn't fix it, get a new one. That's how you troubleshoot a Mac product.
But yeah, mechanical switch keyboards you can actually fix, you can customize, you can change them around, and that's why I like that. I'm getting some that they feel like the blue ones, they feel like the clicky ones, they have the tactile feedback, but they are not the clack clack clack. It feels like you're pushing a button. It feels like you're pushing something. So
they make like computer keyboards now that look like vintage typewriter keyboards, but in like candy colors.
Oh yeah, those are probably mechanical. Yeah.
And I really have toyed with the idea of getting like a big pink keyboard with big clacky buttons.
Maybe someone will get you one of those for Christmas. Because you just sort of said now what you kind of wanted, so this is an option.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so now that we've talked about, the comfort food kind of stuff I've been doing, it's time to get to the horrible stuff that's been happening. Not that horrible stuff. The other horrible stuff. The stupid. Well, no, not that stupid horrible. Man, they are really hogging it. They're horning in on our territory.
The stupid, horrible stuff that's not horrible in like an existential way.
Right. This is just the stupid shit that happens in the world. Like they're horning in on our territory. I hate that shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Each week, Catherine.
Except it's not funny.
No, it's not. Each week, Catherine, the Radio Dead Air audience, go out on the worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of horrible stuff, bring it back here for a little segment we like to call What the Fuck is Wrong with You? And, of course, you've heard about all the stupid shit going on at the Kennedy Center and you know, taking over and all that, blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently, someone at the Kennedy Center had the fuck enough and decided to quit. And that someone was... Mars.
Is that intentional?
I don't think so.
What?
It's the Kennedy Center, isn't it?
Oh,
oh.
It's
Mars.
not on purpose.
Oh, no, because you see the
That
other
is
ones
not.
are in here. That other one is just rolling around over there.
Yeah, Mars decided it was done. Mars had it. Mars left. Giant Mars balloon escapes Kennedy Center, rolls towards highway.
Probably got sick of Elon leering at it.
It's stroking it in inappropriate ways. Cars driving past the Kennedy Center witnessed an unexpected liftoff on Thursday after a 30-foot Mars balloon escaped its moorings and rolled from its place outside the Art Center. Oh, my God. In Soviet Russia, Mars lands on you. The planet favors for its rovers went roving itself, departing Kennedy Center's Reach Plaza and rolling east on the roadway. The balloon is part of the Kennedy Center's Celestial Bodies Earth, Moon, Mars exhibit, which allows viewers to wander the grounds and examine inflatable models of the Earth, the Moon, and Mars. At night, the balloons are illuminated from within. After Thursday evening's out-of-this-world viral moment, the Mars balloon was quickly retrieved from the highway and returned to the Kennedy Center. No! I don't want to stay. I want to go back. No.
This place sucks.
So even the inanimate objects are done with this shit.
Yep.
Even it's just even. I can also imagine you're driving down the highway in Washington. You're going about your business. You're trying to get to work, and then suddenly,
Mars. And how
Jenkins,
many people on that roadway? How many people on that roadway were like, "Oh, thank God." Like, how many people were faced with, like, they're Tony Stark and there's literally a planet flying at them and they just went, okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen Waterworld, but there's this guy. You've never seen Waterworld. Okay, there's this oil tanker that it's like the last oil tanker in the world. And in order to make sure they keep an eye on how much oil is left in the tanker, they've made this old man live down inside the oil tanker on a little dinghy. And it's like, and it's horrible. And then he's just living down there. He tells them how much oil is left. Well, then one day, Kevin Costner happens and all this shit's going on. And someone drops a match down, or there's an explosion down there. And the old guy living on the dinghy goes, "Oh, thank God." That's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
It's also at the end of spoilers for Snowpiercer. But like the reason they keep taking the kids is because as parts of the engine running the train go, they use children to fill in those parts of the engine. Horrible.
Yeah.
Speaking of Elon, I saw the funniest thing on the road today. I saw a fucking Cybertruck, which in and of itself is kind of funny. And I immediately have attitude every time I see a Cybertruck. I assume you're an asshole. And I guess the owner of this Cybertruck knew that, because when he passed me, he had a little bumper sticker that said Elon inside the little red circle and /no thing.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, hey, Tara, guess what you just did? Funnily enough, Tesla thief returns to dealer to get his belongings after stealing Cybertruck during test drive.
Buddy.
Tampa man who's accused of stealing a Tesla Cybertruck while taking on a test drive from the dealership was arrested when deputies say he returned to the store to gather his belongings after the vehicle was found. According to criminal affidavit, Dexter Smithen went to a Tesla dealership on March 26, met the salesperson, and chose to test drive a Cybertruck Cyber Beast. Now let's just pause here and just how stupid the names are for this the Cyber Beast.
What in the any dick energy?
I know.
How fucking insecure do you have to be like, I need a Cybertruck Cyber Beast? Come on, Optimus Prime. Calm down.
How many times can you say cyber in one fucking sentence, you weirdo?
And is there even anything, here's my question, is there even anything particularly cyber about this stupid 8-bit fucking truck?
No, it's
they just
outfitted
use
about
that
the
because
same
it sounded cool?
Yeah, it's outfitted about the same as any of the other Teslas with the screen and all that shit. Yeah. It's about the same.
So there's not even anything cyber about it.
No, nothing cyber about it.
Elon is a fucking 12-year-old boy.
There you go. Salesperson says Smithen gave him his driver's license and the photo matched Smithen. Smithen signed an agreement to test drive the Tesla Cybertruck no longer than 30 minutes and returned to the dealership, but he never returned. Affidavit states a salesperson called the phone number Smithen listed on a test drive agreement, but it was disconnected. Then the salesperson emailed Smithen and demanded the return of the Cybertruck, which, bless your heart, you sent an angry email. On March 31st, yes, the affidavit states that on March 31st, a different salesperson used geolocation tracking to find the vehicle. Salesperson told deputies they saw Smithen driving the Cybertruck, park at a Home Depot, and go inside the store. After getting video of Smithen walking through the parking lot, the report states the salesperson recovered the Cybertruck, and the incident was reported to the police. On April 1st,
so he just came and took it back.
Yes. Because the cops, here's the thing, like people these days have like Apple tags and geolocation shit on there. And they're like, they tell the cops, hey, my suitcase got stolen and here's where it is. Right. And the cops are like, so? Because the cops, they don't do shit. But so the salesperson just went, well, fuck this, went and drove the Cybertruck back, left the guy in the parking lot. Smithen returned to the dealership on April 1st to get his belongings out of the Cybertruck. Listen,
buddy,
fella, it's not like I stole it fair and square. You can't take it back. That's not how this works. They got you.
And here's the thing. They apparently, I don't know if they were pressing charges. They got their car back. You might have just gotten away with some shit.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Smith has been charged with grand theft of more than $100,000, unlawful possession of personal identification, because they found 5 bank credit cards in the name of 5 different people. So you
stole the car.
Right.
You failed at stealing the car.
Yeah.
And then you went back.
Yeah, I went back.
To get back the stolen shit that was in the stolen car.
Yeah.
Maybe crime isn't for you.
Maybe, yeah. It sounds like you're not good at crime.
Yeah. You might need to look into another line of work.
Have you considered Amway?
Or politics. Big growth opportunities for stupid motherfuckers in politics right now.
Or maybe plumbing, except, this guy. This is from Indiana. And look, I know we've all had issues. If you're ever any kind of freelancer and you ever have to bill someone for work you do, sometimes people just decide, I'm not going to pay you.
Yeah.
And that happens. And the proper route for handling this is you go to a court, you get a lawyer, and you sue that dumb shit. However, this plumber took a different tack on how he was going to handle this. Plumber returns to reclog pipes after restaurant refused to pay their plumbing bill.
All right, I respect it.
Indiana plumber decided to take matters into his own hands when a restaurant decided that his bill was too steep and refused to pay it. According to WFIE, Thai Bistro Bar in Evansville had called on Hervin Plumbing to fix a block in their grease trap when it started overflowing. Company came out and fixed the problem. Restaurant paid their bill and everybody was happy. But a couple days later, the same thing happened again, and the restaurant once again called the company to come out and clean their grease trap. But this time it was after hours. The plumber charged them nearly double what it cost the first time. The restaurant wasn't happy. Their bill had increased from $235 to $390. Now keep in mind, that's $235 to $390.
Yeah.
That's not relatively, if you're running a business, that's not that much.
Listen, if I have a plumber in my house and I get away under 500, that's a fucking win.
For a grease trap, no. You made the fucker work in grease, for fuck's sake. That's some nasty shit, bro. According to the manager of the restaurant, it wasn't about the it wasn't about the money. Everybody say it with me. It was the principle of the matter. Quote, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Like, okay, is this really happening? It's not about the money. It's just about him just standing behind his work.
What?
The plumber decided, Plumber decided he too was going to stand up for his business and returned the next day to reclog the pipes. Following day, we received a text message saying that he's on our property. He put a balloon in our grease trap and he's not going to remove it until we pay.
I'm with it. Yes. Absolutely. There's a whole trend on TikTok right now, and I think like 99.9% of the videos are staged because I've seen way too many of them that are exactly the same. But it's like nail techs, and the client refuses to pay, so they just cut their nails off that they just spent 2 hours doing. Yeah. Same energy, except not fake.
Ultimately, the restaurant, this is the best part. Ultimately, the restaurant decided just to pay the bill after police were called to mediate the dispute. Although they said they only paid it, quote, under protest so they could get the clog removed and back to business.
Oh, poodle. Maybe figure out what the fuck you're doing to your grease crap, because you clog that shit twice in a week. That's not great. Like, how is the food there?
Like, the problem is probably you need to do some repairs, long-term structural infrastructure kind of shit.
Yeah.
Your grease trap's going bad.
I don't really want to eat there right now.
Yeah, that shit doesn't last forever. But I love how he said, I'm gonna fuck it up and I'm not gonna unfuck it until you pay me. What's amazing is that this worked. Somehow this actually worked.
Well, because I mean, they had shut down. He effectively held them hostage with a balloon.
With a balloon.
And the thing is, like, they called the cops, but like I guess you could call this vandalism.
Maybe.
But like, imagine being the cop that got that call, because you're like, all right, technically he did vandalize your property, but also you didn't fucking pay him for his service. So,
Next up is Florida, and this is a full case of fuck this guy. No ifs, ands, or buts. No argument, no debate. Fuck this motherfucker. Florida man arrested after violent outburst over lemonade stand refill.
That can't mean what I think it means.
A Florida man's thirst for lemonade turned into a criminal charge after he allegedly assaulted a woman when denied a free refill at a child's lemonade stand. I'm going to say that again. Assaulted a woman when denied a free refill at a children's lemonade stand.
I was hoping at least it was a food truck.
According to Clearwater Police, 45-year-old Stephen Cusimano, 45, was walking through a neighborhood around 7:30 p.m. Tuesday when he spotted a lemonade stand operated by several children and one adult victim. Cusimano, what?
I love the framing of that sentence because it could be read as this adult was victimized by having to sit there at the lemonade stand. We've all done that to a parent at some point, right?
Cusimano purchased a glass of lemonade but became irate when he was refused a free refill.
Children.
I don't think you understand the point of a kid's lemonade stand.
No.
It's a quarter, bro. Maybe it's 50 cents.
Not anymore.
But the point is,
They're getting $2-3 a cup now.
You're doing it for the kids. It's for the kids. These are little kids. They're getting involved in capitalism. Wait, what happened?
They want to do something fun, make some money to buy some Pokemon cards.
There was a thumbs down bubble on your screen. What the hell was that?
Was there?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Is it still there?
It's
I don't know.
What the hell is Discord doing to us? Fuck this shit. Anyway,
God help us if Discord ever gives people the feature to put like stuff on our faces while we're on. Instead of walking away, police say Cusimano aggressively grabbed the female victim by the wrist, adopted a fighting stance, and threatened to beat her up. So what the fuck? Did you like pull into a crane kick or some shit? Fucking Ralph Macchio. And I promise you this was like some powdered country time shit.
Yeah.
So like calm down.
After the altercation, he fled on foot, was quickly tracked down by law enforcement. During questioning, it gets worse. Cusimano reportedly admitted to the incident, but claimed his actions were justified because the victim was, quote, talking shit to him. His arrest report indicates a lengthy criminal past, including multiple battery convictions, as well as charges for trespassing, drug possession, disorderly intoxication, and assault with a deadly weapon. Due to his prior offenses, the battery charge against him was elevated to a felony. He was booked in the county jail for $5,000 bond and pled not guilty. So you are going to jail on a felony rap over a kid's lemonade stand.
Good luck explaining that to your cellmate.
Well, fucking explain that to your fucking lawyer. Your lawyer is sitting there going,
right?
The fuck?
Public defender's like, man, fuck this. Matt Murdock made this shit look so cool. This is not cool.
This is
not cool job.
Like, the fucking... Bro.
Can you imagine being those kids? We're going to have a lemonade stand. This is going to be so much fun. Why are you beating up my mommy?
Well, the thing is, he didn't actually beat her up, which is the good part. He just sort of like, I think maybe, here, the problem is, I think the reason he didn't beat her up is she might have beaten the shit out of him. Just saying, if you're the kind of guy who is going to start shit at a child lemonade stand, I'd be worried about the 10-year-olds kicking the shit out of you, personally. That's just me. That you're that kind of guy.
I mean, it sounds like he has some anger management problems.
A few.
In general.
Just a few. Maybe he'll get treatment in prison. Maybe. So, but wait, we have, if you think getting in trouble like this over lemonade is stupid, how about a cinnamon bun?
You know what? That's more worth it to me. I might fuck somebody up for a cinnamon bun.
Machete-wielding cinnamon bun bandit caught mid-snack. Yeah, there you go.
Maybe not with a machete.
Maybe not with a machete.
Or that haircut.
That is a choice, that haircut. That is definitely a choice.
Like the white boy dreads and the undercut and the bangs. I don't, sir.
A lot going on there. Asheville police arrested and charged a man connected to an armed robbery with a machete. Took place at an Asheville grocery store in the evening of Monday, March 31st. Officers with the Asheville Police Department responded to the 600 block of Haywood Road to investigate the robbery. Upon arrival, store employee told officers that a man had stolen a cinnamon bun and incense. When confronted, the man displayed a machete before running away. Now, when they said cinnamon bun, I thought maybe they were talking about Cinnabon, like in the mall, because I would have to sit there and go, would I pull a knife on somebody for a Cinnabon? I'd have to think about that, because that's some good shit.
But some of those grocery store cinnamon buns are so fucking legit, though.
Really? Like Little Debbie and shit? Because
No, like the grocery store bakery ones.
You'd pull a knife over that?
You know that grocery stores have bakeries in them, right?
Yeah, I do.
And that they bake things on their own.
Yeah.
Some of that shit's really good. I don't know that I would pull a machete over it. My blood sugar would have to be real low.
Officers quickly located the suspect, who matched the description and was eating a cinnamon bun. Suspect was identified as Jeffrey Dwayne, Jeffrey Dwayne, 33. Yeah, he got an extra E in there. He got a bonus vowel. Who was then taken into custody, charged with the following: robbery with a dangerous weapon, shoplifting concealment goods, possession of drug paraphernalia. Bro.
You really, you busted out your machete for a cinnamon roll and some incense. I'm here to tell you the incense is not helping.
No. Here's the thing, though. Had he not pulled out the machete and just booked it, he would be in much less trouble.
They probably wouldn't even give a shit.
There's that down. Is it? Do you have like a face tracking thing on or something? What is this?
No.
What the hell is that?
Why?
Because it's like you made and it did put like a thought bubble with a thumb down next to your head. It's like, it's reading your mind.
Oh my God, I see it.
You see it? Yeah. What the fuck?
I don't know. I didn't change anything.
What the hell is happening?
Oh God.
Oh God, yes.
Am I cyber? Am I a cyber beast? Am I a robot and nobody told me?
Is this something on your Mac or something? What the fuck?
I don't know. It would have to be a Discord setting, wouldn't it?
I don't know. It's reading your mind, Sarah. It's reading your mind.
I don't want computers to read my mind.
What in the hell? No, it's not when I hover the cursor over the screen. That does other shit. I don't. My cursor's well away from the screen when she's on.
I don't know.
Well, we got one more tonight. Let's see if this unfortunate stuff just keeps fucking with us. Because
I feel like I should make several emoji faces and see what happens.
Well, it's not doing anything now. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Hey, there it did it. It did it. You did the thumbs up and it did a thumbs up. It did. Yeah, there it's doing it. Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's.
Can I now decide if these people should live or die? I don't know if I should have that kind of power.
Oh, God damn it. This is. What in the fuck is happening? What is going on? Discord, fuck you. What are you doing? Anyway, finally, last one for this week. We have to. I don't understand why we have to keep explaining this to people. Do not mess with other people's children. There are lots of crimes that will get you in a lot of trouble, but nothing will get you in trouble quite so bad as fucking with other people's kids. Florida woman holds 2 boys at gunpoint for fishing near her backyard.
Whoa.
Not in her backyard, near her backyard.
That is not a gun offense.
Florida woman is facing charges after allegedly pointing a gun at 2 boys who were fishing in a pond near her backyard. She forced them to the ground where they remained for about 5 minutes. And here's the best part. Until her husband exited the residence and disarmed her. Friday, March 28th, deputies responded to a home on Royston Drive in Melbourne after Donna Elkins, 59, called 911 to report 2 boys allegedly fishing in her backyard. Elkins told the 911 dispatcher she had, quote, petrified them and that she, quote, stopped them and they were laying on the ground. According to deputies, the boys stated they were fishing in the pond behind Elkins' home when she pointed a weapon at them, which was later identified as a long black pellet gun. She then ordered them to the
at
ground.
least it was a pellet gun.
Thank God, yeah. Told them they could not leave and threatened to, quote, blow their heads off. Boys remained on the ground for fear of their lives due to the presence of the gun for about 5 minutes until Elkins' husband exited the house and disarmed her. Now, you know this man. This is not the first time he has had to put up with her shit. She's 59. He's her husband. So this is not the first time he's had to endure these kind of shenanigans. Like, you have a long-term partner. Everybody's
like, this is a dude that looked out the window and went, oh, God damn it, not again.
Everybody's long-term partner has quirks. You learn to live with them. You love them. Everybody's got stuff that drives you crazy, but eventually you're like, it's no big deal. I love them, But then again, you also have your partner going outside and pointing a gun at children, which is, I can only call this guy long-suffering at this point. Did not physically harm the boys during the encounter. They were not injured. Elkins was arrested and booked into Broward County Jail.
And they weren't even on her property.
Were fishing in a peninsula located near the pond, approximately 30 feet from Elkins' property line. So they weren't even, one of the boys, 15-year-old Braden, said Elkins told them multiple times she was going to blow their heads off. 8th graders said they didn't know it was a pellet gun at the time.
Yeah.
Now, when these kids' parents find out about this, your life is now going to be miserable. That's just because you fuck with people. It's doing it again. It's doing it again, Tara. It's doing it again.
I'm not even doing anything.
You made a disagreement face, I guess.
It just reacts to my face?
I guess it does. All it's doing is thumbs up and thumbs down. It's not doing it.
Someone said I should
throw the horns, so the hook 'em horns. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Because now.
But also, can we please stop naming little boys Braden?
We're still getting through that whole Braden, Blake,
Jackson with an X, normal names with an unnecessary apostrophe and a Y and an EIGH for no reason.
We're gonna be living with that for a while. What happened to George?
Let your kid have a name they can find on a souvenir keychain on a school trip.
Yes. Name your kid Steve.
Because, have you ever been the kid that couldn't find your name on a keychain? It sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah. Just give your kid a name they can find on a souvenir keychain, please. But that's my PSA for today.
If you point a gun at people's kids, they are going to make your life hell for the foreseeable future. Mm-hmm. Until they feel as though you have appeased them. So get ready for that fun. Especially if these kids live in the neighborhood.
You should probably just move.
Yeah, you should probably just fucking move. You should probably give up. You have made a mistake, an error.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't imagine a circumstance. Like
Mike has given me instructions for how to turn off the things.
Well, we'll deal with that later. Like,
okay.
I cannot think of, I can think of a situation where I may yell at someone else's kids. That's about as far as I go. I'm not going out there with like a fucking katana or something and be like, you motherfuckers. I'm not doing that. Because I understand if you yell at kids, their parents might grumble a little bit, but the kids are fine.
I don't even really discipline my nieces and nephews. Like, even if I know they're doing something they're not supposed to, I will say something like, you know, your mom told you not to do that, right?
Oh, you killed
I'm not even fucking with the kids I'm related. Yeah, like, I'm not even fucking with the kids I'm related to. With my nephew, it used to be, I used to go, okay, give me the number of how many times you want to get yelled at today. And then he would pick a number, and I would count. And when he reached that number, I'd be like, that's it. Now you got to be good the rest of the day. And weirdly, that worked. And he never even picked a double-digit number.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first thing we learned this week is leave other people's
My face controls the internet.
Your face controls the internet.
Oh, sorry.
Leave other people's kids the fuck alone.
Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone.
Those is not your kids. Stop it. This is not. Stop it.
And, you know, don't pull a gun on any kids, even if they are your own.
Yes.
I think that's a good rule.
We have learned that
unless
if
they're
you're going
zombies.
We've learned that if you're going to steal food, maybe a machete is a kind of an unfortunate escalation to that.
Overkill.
Also, an unfortunate escalation is threatening to fight someone at a children's lemonade stand. Like, bro, just put your life in context for just a second.
Yeah. Just dial it back.
We've learned you should probably pay the plumber.
Yeah.
Because you should probably pay the fucking plumber.
Here's a good rule. If you can't fix it yourself, just pay the person who can.
We've learned that if you are going to steal a car and it gets stolen back, that's it. The end.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you got away with it. Just call it a wash and go on with your day.
You had a fun little adventure. It's over now.
It's over. And finally, we've learned things are so fucked up, even the planets are trying to escape.
I think it's telling that it was Mars in particular.
Especially, yeah, it's Mars, yeah.
Because that's where all those rich motherfuckers want to go. That's where they all want to set up camp. And Mars is like, abso-fucking-lutely not.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.